Is this not a catalyst for you to establish a deeper connection with your own power? Is life not calling you out to materialize this stuff that you desire so fervently? It's like, no, you have all the things, but you just don't have it. What you gonna do about it? You're the creator. You don't have it now. What you gonna do? A mature soul would be more objective and observe. To know that life is happening for me, not to me. God is speaking to me through my experience. God is showing me something amongst this holographic experience. If I'm all-knowing and all-powerful and I have access, this is my story, then I'm being presented with the catalyst to establish the changes that I intend to see. Not necessarily externally, but internally. Because the internal alignment is responsible for the external materialization of that which I intend. I'm being called to go more inward. What you gonna do? You're all knowing, all powerful. This is your design. What are you going to do? And in the same breath, the higher self is telling you and saying to you, you can do this. What are you going to do? Life is continuously calling you to the silence beyond the external dramas, beyond the hologram. You have a catalyst of experience here. There's a lack that you intend to fill. What are you going to do? Obviously, you're not going to go and try to take it from anyone, because that would be destructive. That's counter. What is there left to do other than go inside? Let me go and sit down and try this meditation shit out. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to fix it. And I'm trying. And it's like, well, it's asking you. You're being prompted, enticed to go inside, to trust yourself. Let me try this. Let me try this. I'm trying these things. I'm trying these things. I keep running into brick walls. I'm trying all this stuff. We find ourselves experiencing suffering and lack, and we continue to try and try and try physically. You may meet a stoic person who's like, hey, all is perfect, all is well. You're like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get this stuff. I'm trying to get this business off the ground. I'm trying to get these resources. I'm trying. It's like, hey, you need to relax. There are no accidents here. This is infinite intelligence that you're observing. There are no mistakes in your experience. All of these catchphrases that you hear over and over again here. It's like, well, hold up. If everything's perfect and, everything is all is well and whatnot, what do I need to do? It wasn't necessarily about you doing anything. It was about the state of being that you're in. Counterintuitive. It wasn't the act. It wasn't what you were doing and how much you was hustling. I've been doing this all day. I'm just trying to get this money. It wasn't about what you were doing. It was how the state in which you were in, your state of being. Pre-birth designs. Pre-birth design experiences by you. All of these dramas. As you look at your current circumstances, we've talked about this before, and as you look at your current circumstances, do so like a detective would. To do so like a detective would, of course, you're looking for clues. If this hologram is for me, and I designed it, wouldn't it also be talking to me? Wouldn't I leave myself clues within the spectrum of the hologram? Like I have these desires and I wrote this story. Wouldn't there be people just kind of saying stuff and signposts and random conversations, like random things, or at least things that I feel are random, circumstances and coincidences and things, just synchronicities or what have you, in order to get me to pay attention or at least clue me in on the nature of this story? If I wrote this story for myself and now I'm in it, wouldn't there be stuff, signposts, random conversations, random people, and things coming up on me and saying, hey, you should do your painting. Maybe you should write. Maybe you should make the music. Hey, you're pretty good at that. Hey, I like your style, bro. Maybe you should get into that. You ever thought about doing this? Like, wouldn't we consider these things to be clues? Like, life is talking to us. All these random, quote unquote, situations and people saying things to us out of nowhere. These themes playing out in our experiences. Is this not infinite intelligence that I'm observing? What is infinite intelligence attempting to show me right now? Attempting to show me today? If I'm choosing to pay attention. If I choose to pay attention, I'd see these things. If I was, or at least I would cultivate my own sensitivity more, I'd be seeing these things. There are no accidents. There's nothing random here. Things are happening for me. Life is talking to me. You don't randomly see 11:11 somewhere on the clock and like all these synchronicities and numbers and syncopations, and it's like, well, what? I think something's trying to talk to me. I don't know, it just seemed like something trying to show me something. I keep seeing this thing. I keep seeing bird feathers and all this random stuff. What's and we have to continue to go back to the age-old awareness that God don't make no mistakes. God don't make no mistakes. Ain't nothing happening in happenstance. We're observing infinite intelligence. So everything that's taking place is backed by that intelligence. That's the reason, quote unquote, everything is happening. Everything is taking place. All of these things are unfolding. That's the reason this stuff is happening. Like, if there's nothing random, then obviously there's a reason you're seeing this stuff. These people are showing up in your experience. A lot of times it requires silence to establish a sense of clarity. It's like, you know what? Hold on. Just stop. This is a lot. Stop. Let me just consider things for a moment. I know I ain't crazy, but all this stuff keep happening. I don't know what's going on. Let me just stop for a second. Let me clear my head. Let me be cool for a second. Stimuli overload. Let me relax. You ever took the time to do that? You ever found yourself in that space? Like, this is a lot. Let me fall back for a second. There's nothing random happening here, beloved. Until you reach that point. Until you reach that point where things are it's just too much connectivity for there not to be a purpose in all these things happening. Some may have experienced it. I know I've experienced it enough times for me to stop and take a serious look at my experience and say, hold up, these things just don't happen. What's going on? Yeah, no doubt. And with more maturity, more emotional maturity, and self-awareness, more consciousness, we realize that this truly is infinitely intelligent. And I've left information, clues, and support for me to acknowledge here within this hologram. But that's a part of waking up. That's the nature of you awakening from a slumber, of not knowing, of disconnect from that which you designed. Extremely skeptical, of course, initially, because like, what do you mean? I wrote it like, well, how come this ain't happened when I wanted it to? How come this ain't happening? It's like, beloved, there's a higher capacity of intelligence that's responsible for orchestrating all of these things. And these things were, or at least these happenings, were clues. It was for you to expand to that level of conscious awareness in order for you to acknowledge that level of intelligence. This is connected to this, and this is connected to this, but I didn't understand that until after this happened. And then in reflecting on that experience, then I recognized that all of it was trying to show me something. I needed to sit down. I needed to calm down and take a look at the experience. I didn't know that was happening until these tragedies took place. And then it's like, okay, I get it now. This happened, so this could happen. And now I understand the blessing in disguise. I was mad at first, but later on, I realized that if this wouldn't happen, I wouldn't have met this person, and then the blessing wouldn't have taken place. But they say hindsight is 20/20. That's where it comes from. You don't acknowledge the intelligence while it's happening. You recognize it later on when you see the bigger picture and all the players involved and all the things that took place in order for you to reach a particular outcome. You didn't see it then while you were in the midst of the synchronicity. You didn't understand it then. It just seemed like, life was picking on you and you had all these problems, and they took me this way, and then I was out on the street and I had to sleep in my car, and then this happened and such and such and such, and I was mad and blah, blah, blah. And then later on, you realize that all of that was for a purpose that you didn't understand initially. And now your capacity of conscious awareness is expanded. Now you understand. Now you recognize. But it took time. It took presence. It took patience. It took an openness and willingness to observe the experience from a place of maturity and intellectual objectivity. You needed to see God work. It's like, no, don't get mad, don't get sad. Like, let me cook. You don't see it yet, but look, let me cook. You'll see what this blessing means and all of these interactions and all this stuff was for. Let me cook. No, experience those emotions. But always return to the heart space. Remain open. I ain't finished yet. Remain open. I ain't finished yet. No, get mad, cuss, and all the things you can do. But once again, remain open. I ain't finished yet. Remain open. I'm not finished yet. I'm showing you something. I'm unfolding everything you ever wanted. I'm not finished yet. I know you mad now, but once again, let me cook. It's not finished yet. In the logical mind, impatient, complaining, mad, frustrated, just analyzing everything. Well, I don't see how they can just let this happen. Relax, let me cook. I'm not finished yet.